Hi, this is Joe Ryan, and welcome to another edition of the Saturday Morning Sports Show. Today we're with Dan Dugan of the Yoshikai Karate Dojo. And Dan, thanks for coming on today.
You're welcome.
Us. See, I remember a little bit of that from way back when. For those of you that aren't familiar with Dan, you've been in this area your entire life, correct?
Yes, I was born and raised in
A lot of respect for you. I've heard nothing but good things over the years about what you do and the kids that you instruct and as they turn into adults. And I wondered if you just tell the viewers out there a little bit about yourself, your background, how you got started in karate.
I started when I was 20 years old, 1971. Yamamoto Sensei, the founder of Yoshikai Karate, came, some of you might remember, to Carroll Catholic School and gave a demonstration with Sensei Koda. Because Sensei Yuki Koda opened up a school on 123 South Sangamon Street in downtown Lincoln. And I had a friend, Bob Broughton, who was started in 71. And then he got me started in 1972, and I've been there ever since.
And so back then, who was your teacher?
I started under Sensei Yuki Koda, and then he moved back down south, and then Sensei Bob Broviak took over the dojo, who was Sensei Koda's highest ranking and best student at the time.
And Bob, of course, runs Lincoln Printers, and a wonderful guy, too. I have to give him kudos. He's a good guy. And most of the people that I know that have came through Yoshikai Karate, they seem to be very well respected and genuine good guys. And do you feel that that's a part of what they've been taught being in Yoshikai Karate?
Yes, that's the ultimate goal of Japanese karate. Isn't fighting. The ultimate goal is character development. When you want to develop character, say, I want to talk about Joe Ryan here. What's his character? He can describe his character by being arrogant, mean, rude. That would be Joe Ryan's character if that's what, he's not that way, but if that's what he was, he would describe his character as that way. Karate people should be described as being respectful, mannerly, polite, and humble. Those should be associated with the character of traditional Japanese karate people, not the fighting. That's a byproduct. The ultimate goal is character development. Because it started in Okinawa, before it went to Japan in 1922. It was when it first officially came to Japan, Japanese karate. And in Okinawa, it was a killing art, killing defense. They actually killed with it. And then the Japanese said, well, society no longer needs us to kill people. So what can we do with karate? So we make it character development.
And is it considered a more aggressive or a defense style?
It's a defensive style, but it was designed to be offensive, if you can understand that. I mean, I still need to defend myself, defense only, but when I defend myself offensively.
I was going to say, you're going to react.
Here, we're designed to move forward. Sorry.
Easy with that. That's a little soft. Tell us a little bit about the way of Yoshikai. I read in the book. Your motto, for lack of a better word, would that be correct? Or?
It's just, we believe in the power of choice. You can choose, which is the way of Yoshikai. You can choose to love or you can choose to hate. You can choose to laugh or you can choose to cry. You can, oh gosh, there's so many choices to make. I can't remember all of them.
There was a long list of them, and every one of them made perfect sense. It should be blown up and put on my office wall, actually.
Well, go ahead. They're not copyrighted. Ultimately, to make you good people, good citizens of society. If you read in that one thing, the ultimate goal, where it says, a man does not get respect when he gains a position, he gets respect when he earns a position. The ultimate goal of karate here is to make better people, not better than other people, but a better individual. A better Joe Ryan, not better than Mr. Rogers over here, but a better Joe Ryan. And ultimately, you have better people. It's a simple philosophy, but we believe it's a better society, which makes a better world.
Dan, if you would you go into the Yoshikai Karate a little bit? Tell us a little bit more about it, how it got started, and some of the concepts of it.
Okay. It started with Mamoru Yamamoto. He was All Japan Karate Champion, I think, 1958 through 1960. That's quite an accomplishment. It came from the style of Shito-ryu, which is one of the major styles of karate in Japan, from Dr. Shitoshi. He was Dr. Shitoshi's protege. As you can see, he's got the Shito-ryu patch on there. Mm-hmm. He was he called his dojo in Japan Yoshukan, which is the name Dr. Shitoshi gave him. And Yoshukan means, Yoshu means, I'll break it down. Yo means continuous or never-ending, ongoing, translated something like that. And Shu means improving, developing, getting better. So roughly translated, Yoshikai means training hall of continuing improvement and development. But he added from Kan to Kai. And from Kan is meaning one to Kai meaning group. So that meant he broke away on his own. He just wanted to make it more efficient, what he thought would be a more efficient karate style than Chito-ryu. And he did a very good job. Kind of like taking a cow and just using the prime rib. In Yoshikai, there is no T-bones or porterhouse. It's all prime rib. Techniques are very simple, but very effective, very powerful. Yoshikai is designed to be offensive and for power. So you have some fast, flashy moves, what we call. Yoshikai is just straight on, power. Simple, effective. Hip rotation, shoulders into it, maximum power. Anyway, back to the history.
I'm a little nervous here.
When he broke away, this man was in the service over in Japan in 1957. Started training under Yamamoto Sensei. And he lived with him for 10 years in Japan. Then he came back to America to spread Yoshikai Karate in 1966. This is Mike Foster. He's 6'6". He went to Florida, started establishing schools, and he started branching out. And that was in '66. And in 1969, Sensei Yuki Koda came from Japan for Yamamoto to help Sensei Foster run the Yoshikai schools over here. And then Gwen Lisk from Lincoln was a black belt down in Florida. I don't know who she bumped into. She get it under, but Sensei Koda bumped into her. They got married, and that's when they moved back to Lincoln in 1971 to open up his dojo. That's how it became to Lincoln.
Now, Yamamoto, did he actually live in Tennessee or somewhere for a while? No. Who lived in Tennessee that recently passed away?
Sensei Koda.
And how long ago was that?
97, 11 years ago.
Wow, time flies. I remember when it happened. Speaking with Jeff Mott, one of your ex-students, we were talking about it. And in this picture, you probably can't see, but there's a full head of hair there on Mr. Dugan.
Yeah, I appreciate you pointing that out. But and then Yoshikai, like I said earlier, was designed to be offensive and defending itself and power techniques. We went down and trained with Chito-ryu for a little while to see some of the history where we were, and stances were shorter, a lot shorter. And we'll borrow this. I'm going to use Mr. Ryan here as an example. Okay, bend your leg, straighten out the back leg. Now, keep it a little short. Well, you still have a good stance.
I was taught well.
Now put your arm out here. Now this is a shortened stance like you see in a lot of Okinawa styles. Now if he is to hit me, and I'm standing here and he's moving forward and hit me, that's what happens. The power that's supposed to go into me went that way.
So you
now,
redirected it there.
If we bend that knee down to 60-40, I'm not going to break any muscles, am I?
I don't know if I have any left.
Try not to fall down. Bend that knee a little more, 60-40, 60% weight on the 40 on the back. Now, angle the shoulders, angle the hips. So your body is exactly proportioned this way. And that gives you maximum power. Now if I hit, he's rooted like a tree. And if he hits me, if I'm moving forward or even if I'm standing, I'm going to absorb 100% of that power instead of it going back that way. That's one of the philosophies of this stance, why we use the deep, strong stance. And let me point out one more.
Where you at now?
Pull that leg over here. And you'll see some systems, bend the leg again. They use this stance, a tripod stance, which is back leg here, front leg here, and punching over this way. Well, you got your power coming here and here, two different directions. Put your leg back over here where you had it start with and right in line with the arm. There we're getting maximum power.
Now we're bringing power.
Yes. That's the idea for maximum power.
And you're peeling those knuckles out there, right?
The first two knuckles.
Point those knuckles.
Yes.
See, I remember some of it.
They have bone behind them. That's where we can punch through concrete.